Let me guess. You were told the same thing I was told, right? Go to school, get good grades, get into college, take out some loans, graduate, and get a good job, and live happily ever after. Yeah, how's that working out for you? Because right now, in 2025, the average student loan debt in the United States is $37,000. And 60% of college graduates aren't even working in the field they studied for. And oh, let's not forget, over 40% of those college graduates are underpaid. That means they are working jobs that don't even require a degree. So we are paying tens of thousands of dollars to end up in jobs we could have gotten with a high school diploma and a Wi-Fi connection. If this was a product you bought from Amazon, you would leave a 1-star review and return it immediately. Once upon a time, in a world where TVs were black and white, and people thought cigarettes were healthy, going to college made sense. Jobs were stable, pensions were real, and if you had a degree, you were practically guaranteed a white picket fence, a 9-to-5, and a retirement at 65. But newsflash, this ain't the 90s, 50s anymore. Back then, we had an industrial economy, factories, mass production, assembly lines. You needed obedient workers who could follow instructions, sit still, and memorize stuff. That's what school was designed to do. Today, we have AI, social media, e-commerce, crypto, remote work, content creation. The world has gone digital, and yet the school system has barely changed. In 2023, over 70% of college curriculums hadn't been updated in the past 5 years. Meanwhile, 85% of jobs that will exist in 2030 don't even exist yet. So let me get this straight. We're learning outdated theory from outdated professors using outdated textbooks to get into jobs that won't even exist when we graduate. Make it make sense. Meanwhile, 19-year-olds not too far from you are making $30,000 a month dropshipping phone cases from their laptops. There are 12-year-olds with YouTube channels making more than your college professor. And if you know how to write, code, edit video, sell or market, you can freelance your way into 6 figures without a single degree on your wall. Imagine 2 people, person A, person B. Person A goes to college, graduated at 22 with $50,000 in debt, and gets a $50K job. Meanwhile, person B spends those 4 years learning how to edit videos, build websites, or start an e-commerce brand. And by 22, they are already earning $100K with no debt and full freedom. So let me ask you, who's really ahead? I know what you're probably thinking, but you have to go to school to be a doctor or a lawyer. And hey, you're right. We're not saying education is completely useless. If you're planning to cut people open or defend them in court, please, by all means, go to school. We kinda need you to know what you're doing. Let's put things into perspective. Medical school takes 7 to 10 years on average. The average medical school debt is over $200,000. The median salary for doctors in the US is $208,000. The median salary for lawyers is around $135,000. Sounds good, right? But most doctors don't actually start earning serious money until they're 30. You're telling me that I spent a decade in school, racking up 6 figures in debt, spent my 20s working 80 hours just to finally make it at 35? When there are kids on YouTube just reviewing toys making $30 million before they hit puberty, you cannot ignore the facts anymore. The world has certainly changed. We used to have degrees, now we have data. We used to chase titles, now we have traffic. We used to network in Ivy League halls. Now we network in Discord servers and DMs. I'm not throwing shades at doctors, we need them. But not everyone needs to or should follow the same path. Especially if your goal is freedom and not just a fancy job title and a long mortgage on your brain. Do you remember when having a degree was the golden ticket? You'd easily slap it on a resume, walk into an interview feeling confident, and boom, you're hired. Now that same degree is about as valuable as an "I voted" sticker. It makes you feel good, but it doesn't actually do anything. In today's job market, employers care less about your degree and more about one of these three things. Can you actually do the job? Do you have proof of work? Do you have an audience or influence? Those are the three things most employers are really looking for. In 2024, over 70% of employers said they prioritize skills over degrees when hiring. Platforms like Google, Apple, and Tesla no longer require college degrees. 90% of freelancers get hired based on portfolios and reviews, not education. Here's the cold truth. In the digital economy, your value is no longer based on what you studied. It's based on what you can do. Your skills are your currency. Your content is your calling card. Your proof of work is your new diploma. If you're sitting there thinking, but I don't have a college degree to get a job, in these times, you don't actually need one. What you actually need is proof of a skill, a result, and something real. Let's talk about something that no guidance counselor ever wants to mention: the price tag. Because if college was a product, like a phone or a car, you'd probably call it a scam and return it within 30 days. The average cost of college in the United States today is around $3,500 per year. Multiply that by 4 and you're at $1,400,000. Now add student loan interest to that and you're likely paying closer to $200K over time. For a piece of paper, in a world where you can learn anything on the internet at a cost or even for free on YouTube, something doesn't quite add up. The truth of the matter is this: college is the only investment where people spend 6 figures and do not have a clue what the return will be. Would you rather have a Harvard degree or 10 million YouTube subscribers? One gets you a job interview, the other gets you your own brand, income streams, fans, and complete freedom. Let's run the numbers. Mr. Beast, who dropped out of college, is now worth $500 million, building a $1 billion brand. Tyson, a college dropout, became the #1 most subscribed streamer on Twitch. I Show Speed, high school dropout, making millions through live streams, brand deals, and merch. Emma Chamberlain built a YouTube empire as a teenager. Ryan Trahan turns $0 into an entire series watched by millions. None of these individuals finished college. Most didn't even start. I know what you're probably thinking. These people are just lucky. It's just a fluke. But I'm here to tell you, it's not. These aren't flukes. This is the new economy. Attention is currency. Influence is leverage to create content which gains capital. Every time you scroll on TikTok, someone's getting richer. And it's not the guy who paid $200K to write papers on Greek mythology. And the thing is, you don't need to be the next Mr. Beast to win this game. A creator with 10K followers can make 5 to 10K per month with the right niche, a personal brand, and a digital product. I know people with 3K followers on IG selling digital planners, 500 YouTube subs, closing freelance editing gigs, 2K TikTok fans, offering $99 courses how to make sourdough bread. Meanwhile, someone close to you just got a master's degree in media studies and is hoping Starbucks call them back. Many believe that social media is a joke and that there's no real way to get to the top. But I'm here to tell you, social media isn't a joke. It's not just Gen Z dancing and lip syncing. It's real money, it's real opportunity, and you don't need permission. You just need consistency, a skill, a story, a vibe. And the best part, you can start today for free. So let me get this straight. I spent 13 years in school and then maybe another 4 years in college. And no one taught me how credit works, or how taxes actually function, or how to start a business, negotiate a raise, or even just budget my money. But thank God, I know what a mitochondria is at least. School should have taught us real money skills. But hey, I'm here for you. Here are 5 money skills we all should know. How to make money, not just to earn it, create it. 2. How to keep it, budgeting, saving, investing, tax planning. 3. How to grow it. 4. How to multiply it, whether that's leveraging, systems, people, tools. 5. How to sell, because if you can't sell, you'll always be underpaid and undervalued. It's no secret that over 70% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, and 60% of young adults have no idea what a Roth IRA is. The average credit card debt per person is over $6,000, but somehow, some way, we spend years learning how to label the layers of the earth. Oh cool, so when I get evicted, I can comfort myself by reciting the router cycle, I guess. Here are 2 real-life examples. Tina has a bachelor's degree in sociology, makes $45K a year, and doesn't know how taxes or investment works. Meanwhile, Kevin barely passed high school but learned sales, built a cleaning business, and makes $120K per year. He's tax optimized. So who's really educated and who's really free? By now, you've probably recognized that school teaches you how to obey. The system teaches you how to work, but no one teaches you how to win. That part, you have to learn yourself. And the internet is giving you the tools for free. No permission slip required. You want to change your life? Stop memorizing and start monetizing. Start learning how the game of money really works. And spoiler alert, the winners, they never played by the rules. Let's stop pretending this is all by accident, because it's not. The system doesn't teach you about money, freedom, or leverage for one reason. It was never designed to. Schools aren't factories of genius, they're factories of obedience. Let's really think about that. You go through school for 12 to 16 years. You're taught how to show up, how to sit still, how to follow instructions, how to memorize and repeat. In other words, how to be the perfect employee, not how to question the system, not how to build wealth, not how to create, not how to be free. You are trained to be useful to others, never to yourself. The world runs on systems that need workers, not thinkers. The less you know about how money works, the easier it is to pay you less, take your money, trap you in debt, sell you the illusion of success, and keep you afraid of losing the little security you have. That's why schools glorify stability, not risk. If everyone understood financial freedom, if everyone knew how to make money online, if everyone knew how to build assets, would you clock in for $16 an hour to sit under fluorescent lights and make someone else rich? No, you wouldn't, and they know that. This is the matrix of modern day life. You go to school, you go into debt, you get a job to pay off that debt, you buy things you can't afford, you work more to keep up, you die with a resume but no legacy, all the while being told you're doing the right thing. If you feel like school failed you, it didn't. It succeeded at exactly what it was designed to do: create predictable, obedient workers. But the good news, once you see the game, you cannot stop playing it. And when you stop playing their game, you can start building your own. So if school isn't the answer anymore, then what is? Learn a skill that makes money. Not a major, not a theory, a skill. 2. Leverage the internet. The internet isn't just entertainment, it's the greatest wealth transfer opportunity of our time. 3. Make money, buy time, build freedom. Use your skill to make money. Use that money to buy back your time. Use your time to build assets, automate income, and live on your own terms. This is no easy road. You have to ignore the noise. Everyone's going to try to shame you. Why aren't you in school? You need a degree to succeed. That online stuff's not real. Cool, let them talk while you're building. In a few years, the same people doubting you will be asking for your help. Listen, college isn't evil. It's just overpriced, outdated, and oversold. The real world changed. The economy changed. The internet changed. But school didn't. If you want real freedom, you've got to opt out of the old system and start building in the new one. Because today, you don't need a degree. You need skills, content, leverage, and courage. That's how you win. If this video hit home, share it with someone stuck in the system. Subscribe for real truth, no fluff. Your future doesn't need permission, just action.